Chapter 10. Not a Boyfriend. A month flew by. Ava had been performing and rehearsing and hadn't had time to look for Adrian. After tonight's show, a staffer brought a massive bouquet backstage. From your friend, waiting outside. Changed and out the door, Ava found Wesley Hale in light colors. How did you know I was performing here? Wesley cocked a brow and dipped his head nearer. A ballerina as famous as Ms. Hart? Your shows are sold out. How could I not know? Thank you for the flowers. Her gaze skipped over the gardenias in the bouquet. She tilted her head, playful. But maybe try a different kind next time. I might like it better. Wesley blinked. He had chosen gardenias because of the Ava in her name, then learned she didn't like them. But she said it both gently and plainly, so he wouldn't step on that landmine again. He smiled. What do you like? Ava hugged the bouquet, pretending to think, then looked up at him with a bright smile. Sunflowers. Like you, she added. Wesley missed a stare in his chest. His heartbeat stumbled. Why like me? Born facing the sun. Her eyes held something he couldn't read. They hadn't known each other long, just over a month, morning till night. But in his book, she was a lively extrovert, upbeat and forward. Sunflowers fit her more. Come on, dinner's on me, Ava said, lifting a brow to slide past the topic. I won't be polite then. At the parking lot, Wesley opened the passenger door. Standing there, Ava joked, Is your passenger seat safe to sit in? No one's coming to pick a fight with me, right? You know, I'm kind of famous. Wesley laughed. Relax, I'm the same as in the Nordics. Good. She settled in, smiling. She might be wrecking Grace and Adrian, but she didn't poach other people's relationships. Besides, she was only wrecking. She had no plan to take Adrian back. Wesley was chatty. Ava gave as good as she got. The whole drive, the conversation never dipped. Ava had always drawn men. No matter what she said, someone would take the line. Most of the time, it was empty chatter. Wesley was different. Every response landed, neither boring nor obsequious. She knew the Hale family, an old line house in New Harbor, deep pockets, 2 sons and a daughter, all educated abroad. The eldest returned the year she left. The youngest daughter came back 2 years ago. She wasn't familiar with the siblings, so when she'd met Wesley abroad, she hadn't realized that Hale was that Hale. Mr. Hale Sr. had retired a couple of years back. The eldest son now ran the family. If she married into the Hales, it would count as marrying up. The car pulled into the lot at a restaurant Ava used to frequent. Wesley opened her door. She thanked him and stepped out. She wore white again. He wore black. Even in black, he didn't read somber. His energy couldn't be hidden. I just got back. I don't know the city well. When can you play tour guide? He asked. Tomorrow's my last show for a while. I'll have some time after, Ava said. She was interested in getting to know Wesley. More importantly, he was fun to be around. But I've been gone 6 years. If I show you wrong, don't blame me. Then I'll think about it, he teased. They reached the entrance, trading smiles. Ava. A familiar voice snapped her floating mind back. Half a step away at the door stood Grace Hart, beside Adrian Pierce, caught on a dinner with another man by Adrian. Ava sighed internally. Would her credibility drop even further? Then she thought, with him, it had long since run out. What did a few more points matter? Grace, Adrian. She mustered a smile and brought Wesley over to greet them. Adrian gave her a flat glance and nothing else. Grace, unusually, was warm. Ava didn't need help to understand why. If she were dating, Grace didn't have to fear Ava stealing Adrian back. Wes, this is my sister and her boyfriend, Ava said, keeping the introductions to a minimum. For now, it wasn't ideal for Wesley to get friendly with Adrian. No need to risk exposing her seduction campaign. Grace, Adrian, we'll get out of your way, she added, tugging Wesley off as soon as pleasantries were done, leaving Adrian with a cold face and Grace with a faint smile. Mom was just saying she'd introduce Ava to someone. Didn't expect her to get a boyfriend so fast, Grace murmured. Not a boyfriend. The words landed icy at her side. Grace's heart stuttered. Why? How can you tell? She doesn't date like that. Grace's fingers curled. She suddenly remembered Ava in those years. Always glued to Adrian's arm, his hand in hers. Inseparable. Affectionate, never reserved. Not like just now. She looked down at her own hands. She was conservative, passive, shy to make moves on Adrian. And he wasn't forward either. Back then with Ava, she'd always taken the lead. Grace envied that, doing whatever you wanted without fear. She opened her mouth and closed it again. She'd liked Adrian for so many years. Now that they were finally together, she wouldn't let baseless worries poison it.